Hey guys, it's me Jake from JakeMan21642. On this rainy day, I bring you a 2001 Honda Civic EX Coupe. Just got done washing this one, and of course it got rained all over, so brought it to the parking deck here to do a video. This is definitely my favorite generation of the Civic. I think I would go for a sedan, but this is a pretty good example of a coupe. As I mentioned, it's an EX. You really can't tell, but it's in the green color. I can't remember the exact name. It definitely does need to be waxed, as you can tell by the standing water, but overall it's a clean little car. As you can see, for 2001, since this is the pre-refresh, you did get hubcaps on the EX. 04 and 05 did give you alloys, and this one also does have the pre-refresh bumpers. But you can see, and this was the last Civic generation, which gave you your trim level badge on the back. As you can see, we'll go ahead and hop inside and start this one up. Since this one is the EX, the highest trim level, you did get keyless entry. Could also get this in DX value package, and LX. Coming inside, as you can see, you get body colored door handles and mirrors. This one does have the beige cloth interior. You can see your pattern on the cloth and your cloth on the door panels. You do have an automatic driver's side window, power windows, power mirrors, power locks. Very nice interior. Go ahead and start it up. Does have your old Honda door chime. And as you can see, since this is a coupe, you do have your red interior lighting. The sedan had green interior lighting. And as you can hear, this does have the D17 engine. I'll go ahead and show you the interior. As you can see, very nice interior of these. This one does have an aftermarket radio, but starting out here, you do have hydraulic power steering. You can hear your horn. Coming over here, you do have your headlight controls. Fog lights were an option on the EX. This one does not have it. You do have your cruise control down here, your sunroof controls in typical Honda fashion, which I'm not a huge fan of, but that's where they are on older Hondas. You do have your mirror controls. You do have your cruise control settings on the steering wheel, your windshield wiper controls. Windshield wipers on this car are in horrible shape. As I mentioned, your climate controls here. You do have a massive amount of fan speeds, as you can see right here, which is always something I liked about these. You can see your different zones and your temperature right here. This one does have the optional 4-speed automatic transmission. A 5-speed manual was an option on any trim level, unlike the current Civic. So you do have your cup holders up here. Where something else would be, I think on the Acura EL in Canada, this is where your heated seat controls were. You have a power outlet and some more storage. One thing I noticed about this when I was doing it, when you just press the button and you drop it down into gear, it stops at D3, not drive. Just an old Honda thing. Since this one is a pre-refresh EX, you do have an armrest for the driver, but not for the passenger. Some storage right there. Your parking brake. As I mentioned, this one does have an aftermarket radio, which was professionally installed. Also, too, you do get some storage down here. And in here, you do get your glove box, not damped. Interior qualities are overall pretty nice. They're soft touch up here. This is hard plastic. Your airbag cover right there. Steering wheel is not leather wrapped, but it's a pretty nice feeling vinyl. And for 135,000 miles, doesn't show anywhere. This is hard plastic up here, all on the door panel. But soft touch door, or your armrest on the door. You have your silver painted plastic here around your switches, power locks, as I mentioned. Overall, everything in here fits very nicely. Definitely a pretty nice interior. These are great cars on the used car market because they hold up so well. Go ahead and pop the trunk, the window down so we don't get locked out. Coming around to the back, you can see your trunk. It's a very nice amount of space, actually. This one does have some seat covers. You can see here's the OEM radio. This one did have a CD player. You do get some storage. You do have a 60-40 split rear seat right there. You can see your tag lights and your very distinctive tail lights on this generation. Coming around to this side, you can see, press that, seat rolls forward. Do have power windows on this side. No power lock controls for the passenger. And coming back, you actually have a pretty nice amount of room, even in the coupe. You have a very nice amount of leg room. Thigh support's a bit lacking, but You also have a flat floor in the middle, which is very nice. Same cloth back here, and your rear Decklid speakers up here. One of the ones in this car is blown, and these are very hard to replace too. But you do get your armrest, all hard plastic, but you do have a little handle. I do get a back seat pocket on one seat. Overall, pretty nice. The Coupe does get these style headrests, which I'm not a huge fan of, but also one thing I did notice is it's a kind of a reach for the seat belts, but again, that's just a Coupe thing. Do that, seat rolls forward, and very easy to get in and out of. Coming around to the front, you can see your headlights. This one does not have the optional fog lights. Go ahead and pop the hood. This Civic, as I mentioned, has the D17A2 engine. As you can see, you can't really see on the cover, it does say VTEC, produces 127 horsepower. The lower end models like the LX and DX did get the D17A1, which did not have VTEC, so they produce just a little less power. Running great though, these are very proven and strong engines. Go ahead and give this one a quick rev. Then we'll go ahead and stop the video, and I'll do a test drive in another video. Rev limiter at 5,000 RPM. Definitely a nice sounding engine, and when you're in the car on the highway, there actually is not a lot of engine noise. The car does have a fair amount of road noise, but not bad with the engine. It's actually very smooth and quiet. So we'll go ahead and put the window up. One thing I forgot to mention, the EX does get these tweeters for the stock stereo, and you also do get ABS on the EX trim. Go ahead and cut it off. You can hear your chime, and it will also flash, letting you know the key's in the ignition. Radio beeps, and your headlights. Anyways, guys, this has just been a quick tour of the 2001 Honda Civic Coupe. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for more.